All right, I think we are live actually. So, welcome back to cryptofront. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom. We're going to be taking a look at the market because you know what? This is a wonderful time to be alive. You don't get this much opportunity to see a new all-time high every now and then for the Bitcoin price. And because it's happening right now, we want to be living the moment. And of course, the most important thing is to make money in this market. So because of that, we are going to be creating some kind of a portfolio from your ideas, from my ideas, and I'll show you where the biggest opportunity is right now. And I hope everybody's going to be making it right now. So we usually talk about Jasmine, we usually talk about ICP, but these are not the only cryptocurrencies which are out there. Yeah, sure, we love these ones, but I think if you only are going to be rooting for 2 out of like 20,000 cryptocurrencies, that's not probably going to be turning out too well, right? So we need a little bit of diversification and some ideas that I'm going to be sharing in today's video. But let's start with a bit of technical analysis here because we are seeing Bitcoin again very much sustainably over the all-time high. The Fed meeting has happened, it has passed, and I think it was great for the market. The messaging has been clear that it's lower interest rate until further notice. So we are good right there. But other than that, we have a little bit of certainty in the market, and I think that in the coming days it's also very much likely that we also see something like a little bit of a pullback. The reason is we have been in a very intense news cycle, and the narrative has really been favoring the Bitcoin price. But when big events like these ones happen, you also have to understand that there is going to be a void that is created. Let's say we go a week and there is no latest news or breaking news about anything related to the Bitcoin price. Now in that situation, you can have a few, maybe 3 days or something like that of downward price action that can result in losses, especially if you're trading on leverage and futures and stuff like that. So I think again, if we have something like that very soon in the coming few days, it's going to be a big opportunity for somebody who missed the bottom that we were just seeing a few days ago. Right now it appears like we actually never had some kind of a drop in the market because things have pumped really hard, and I'm sure a lot of people are on the sidelines. Take a look at this. This is Ondo Finance, for example. It has gone up 30%. Who really was expecting something like this? And take a look at the volume candle. This is bull market territory. I mean, you can't convince me otherwise. It is what it is. So yeah, I think a pullback is going to be good for a lot of people. It's going to be allowing you to enter some kind of positions and at least participate in this bull cycle too. So let me also show you where I think a little bit of opportunity is still right now, although the ecosystem is pumping really hard. This is the SWI ecosystem. You remember a month ago, I was making a portfolio with things within the SWI ecosystem. Guys, wait a second, I need to drink water, just a bit. All right, I'm back. So I was saying that the SWI ecosystem still has got an opportunity because there's latest news here that Shatters is going to be listed on Binance. Now, with Shatters being listed on Binance, it actually gives an opportunity for the other things involved in the ecosystem to pump as well. So we are seeing that on the backdrop of that news, Navy Protocol is also pumping again, breaking above its resistance. And this is really good. I think this one is also going to be the next one that will be listed on Binance. And let me show you the reason why, right? So if we go to DeFi Llama, we see that Shatters and Navy Protocol actually very much close in terms of the TVL and the usage. So let's this slot, right? We go to the SWI ecosystem real quick. We see Navy Protocol, right? Actually, it's the leading $474 million in terms of its TVL. So if Shatters Protocol, which is a DEX, is being listed on Binance with $277 million, what is stopping Navy Protocol from being listed as well on Binance? This is the speculation. Then we also have got Scallop Lending, which is another lending protocol. Total value locked is almost very close to the Shatters protocol. And then we also see that even in terms of like the market caps, they're very much close. So these three, Navy Protocol, Shatters Protocol, and Scallop Lend, they have been pumping very hard just on the backdrop of Shatters being listed on Binance. And the anticipation is that Navy Protocol and Scallop as well are just going to be following. And I think it's an obvious play. So we'll see what happens. Scallop is, Shatters is going to be listed tomorrow on Binance. And a pump is going to be showing up. I'm 100% sure of that, right? Although it gained be short-lived, but the pump will always be there, right? I think 100% is even possible from where the price is even sitting today. So we'll see how that is. If you want to be taking a bet, I think you can go buy it right now before it gets listed on Binance, obviously, because after it gets the Binance listing, it may drop very much hard. So that's the news here from the SUI ecosystem. Other than that, we still have got SUI swap, which is another one holding support pretty much well. And I was making my last buys here. I made a video about it. Unfortunately, only 100 people watched the video, so it didn't get spread by the algorithm. It is what it is. Then we also have got SUIPED has also been making moves. Unfortunately, it got to the resistance and got rejected very much strong. It's okay. Still, we're in a bull cycle. All resistance will be broken eventually. So patience is also key here. Then CPED and a whole bunch of other different things. Deepbook, again, I think on the backdrop of the news of shatters being listed on Binance, I think Deepbook is also one that will also be listed. Again, this is all coming from the SUI ecosystem. So that's the opportunity that I see in that ecosystem. I bought these things a month ago. They were way cheaper than they are today. So I don't know. Shatters maybe is a kind of a gamble because it's going to be listed tomorrow or today, actually, I should be saying. And then it will start trading. And then definitely it will have some kind of a pump that shows up right there. Other than that, let's go back to the Jasmine price that we usually want to talk about, because Jasmine is also showing some kind of strength, although a lot of people are still saying that, it would dump towards the downside. I think that bears are just angry at this point. They weren't expecting this kind of a strong push from Jasmine all of a sudden, but this is what buying support looks like, right? You buy support here, you pump more than from the very bottom to the top, you pump 37% in a space of 2 days. Nobody knows what even happened. So what we have done essentially right at this point is we have formed something like a falling wedge, in which you can see that the price has just been, consolidating towards the downside. So falling wedges are usually bullish patterns because they have got a success rate of breaking out and hitting their price targets. In the situation you're looking at the top of the wedge, they actually have a 70% likelihood of hitting their price target. So 4.5 cents is looking like it's eventually going to be taken out here for Jasmine. How long is this going to be taking? That's the question that is on everybody's mind, obviously. But I'm very much confident, right? If this market is going to be a real thing, it's best assured that Jasmine is going to be part of it anyway, because there was a chart that I was showing you in my previous video saying that Jasmine is likely going to be performing the rest of the market. And just take a look at this, right? We were back here in October 2023. We pumped something like 15x. So you want to be in coins like these ones where there is a community behind the project and a lot of marketing. I'm also maybe part of the marketing, although I don't get paid by the people there. I just love the community, right? So I'm loyal to the community. I make videos for the community. That's all it is. But even the motivation of me making videos is because I know that the community is very much accepting of my analysis. And these are the type of coins that are going to be doing fine in this bull cycle. So 4.5 cents looks like it's going to be taken out here for the Jasmine price. But other than that, we still wait, right? I don't want to put a lot of speculation in terms of like when this can happen. But if you remember last week, I was showing you something here. Let me go back to my profile, right? I was saying that Jasmine could actually be breaking out in the next 10 days or something like that. And surprisingly, right on time, it decided actually to break out. So this was the 1st of November. And you saw that we were comparing what Jasmine was doing relative to the bull run that we were having with Cardano. And you can see that according to the time frames, we are really, really getting close to the completion of the bear cycle, I should be saying, and getting into a massive bull cycle, I should be saying. Oh my God, I'm confusing the two. I don't know why. But that's the issue with Jasmine. It looks like it's ready for a pump towards the upside. I think it can achieve that really. My price target for this here relative to this chart is something like 54 cents. Some people think it's like a very high price target. I also think it's a very high price target, but again, in a full-blown bull cycle, nothing is normal actually. Like there's just irrational exuberance left, right, and center, right? Nobody really cares how big the market cap gets to that point. It really doesn't matter. Like at 54 cents, you're looking at Jasmine right around $30 billion in terms of its market cap. Yeah, I mean, if Dogecoin, which really has got no utility at all, can break into the top 10 and claim such a big market cap, what really stops Jasmine from achieving something like that, right? So it's all about demand and the hype around the coin that really propels it. There's nothing natural about it or normal about it anyway. So don't put too much limitations on these altcoins, right? They will just do fantastic. Now, the other one that we also talk about a lot is Internet Computer Protocol. Honestly, a little bit disappointing in the last few days, because when the rest of the market is pumping like the 30% and whatever the showcasing that is happening right now, we really didn't see much coming from ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. The best that it did was from right around $6.90. It just did about a 17x, right? 18x. Now I'm complaining that this is not a big pump, but actually 18x is, I'm saying 18x, 18%. It's also a big pump, but not as big as the rest of the market is doing right now. So I don't know what is causing this kind of price action, but I know eventually the price will just do well, because it's just a great project. It's the fastest blockchain on planet. It really has got great fundamentals, great community, and I'm not really sure about the marketing team, to be honest with you, but I put my trust a lot in the community around ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, and the kind of infrastructure that is behind it is actually very good. So those two things are enough for a bull cycle, but how big it really gets will just rest on the narrative and the team behind the project. Right now they're trying to move towards the side of AI, but I think there's also a big risk in that. What if the AI bubble has already popped, right, and we're not going to get a second round? That is a big risk. But I mean, if their bet is that AI is going to come back into play and everybody's going to be talking about it one more time, I'm sure ICP will participate as well, because right now it's looking like we are trying to find a home and a specific narrative that can just take off, because we're all over the place right now with ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. It's AI, gaming, storage, a whole bunch of different things. But I think we need to find one specific niche that the market catches on, and it really starts its pump, right? So still, I'm very much invested in this, and I believe that it can pump up to something like $220. But that is if all these things come into play and come together as well. So yeah, that's where we are with ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. Now, another one that I wanted to talk about is ZK Sync, because not a lot of people talk about it. It's relatively new, to be honest, but I think it's one that has got great potential right now. We are facing like resistance a little bit, but I think this altcoin can really go well and have a full Fibonacci extension, right? By full Fibonacci extension, I'll be looking at to get to something like about $2, right around $2 is something that I see very much possible. In terms of its circulation and stuff like that, you will realize that not everything is going to be unlocked up until maybe April or May 2025, and I think by then already the bull cycle will be over. So right now it's on $500 million in terms of its market cap. But look at this, what I was saying here. I was saying that the unlocks are not going to be happening until July 2025. I think by then the bull cycle will be over. So we'll get into a full-blown bull cycle with only the percentage of the tokens which are unlocked right now. Let me just go ahead and confirm. With only 3.6%, 17% of the maximum supply in the bull cycle. So it will do well, but then after that, it's gonna be a ghost town, just like everything else that we have seen, right? So I think it's also gonna be a good opportunity to be shorting it, because you know that for sure the inflation, the dilution, and less demand will push the price towards the downside. It's obvious, right? So next up, we want to take a look at XRP. I talked about XRP in my earlier video. I've never seen so much hate. I don't know why, but I also don't understand why people would hate something that they are not holding. I have no idea. So XRP, I believe, is going to be reaching minimum of $5.20. Let me just explain a very easy reasoning here. Now you tell me if this is wrong or right. But come to XRP here. I'm using Bitstamp, and what I'm looking at is the fact that the only single reason why XRP didn't participate or didn't do well in the last bull cycle is because of the SEC lawsuit, and it happened right here when XRP was really ready to go. This is when it happened, right around the 20th of December. And ever since then, it dropped bigly. Then from there, from the bottom, which it was reaching, it pumped something like, a 10x. So if it could pump a 10x in an environment which was hostile, what would have happened if it didn't get, if the lawsuit didn't get filed? You can see that if we copy the fractal there, you easily see XRP get back above its previous all-time high and slightly getting to something like $4, right? So I think this is what would have happened in the last bull cycle. Now, considering where we are with XRP, I think just looking at the first Fibonacci retracement, first Fibonacci extension 2 from this whole range, and mind you, this is 7 years. This is 7 years, and you also have to understand that in technical analysis, the bigger your time frame becomes, the better your analysis and your results are gonna be. So the first initial Fibonacci extension level here is right around $5.40. It's a good bet to be looking for the price to get to. It could have done almost something like that in the last bull cycle, but because of the weight of the lawsuit, there wasn't anything, to do right there. Another one that I'm taking a look at is an AI play, which is Destra Network, a really fundamental project, but it really has been beaten, just like the ZK Sync and the rest of the market. But I think it will come back. Just working out the last resistance here. If we can get a breakthrough this level, I think it's just gonna do fine. One other thing that I was also looking at, Miro was doing well. What was that? Aerodrome Finance was also doing really, really well. But you know what? I don't want to keep talking about things that I'm holding and stuff like that. I also want you guys to participate and take a look at things that you want to be looking at, right? So, for example, I'm saying Swiftcoin in the chat. I'll get back to Swiftcoin real quick because I was also talking about Swiftcoin with a friend of mine. I think the ticker symbol is SWFTC. Yeah, on Coinbase. So earlier on, or yesterday even, I was saying that there is no chance this thing doesn't participate in this bull cycle. It's just gonna do well. Let me just go ahead and check like how big the market cap is. And when I was having a conversation earlier on, the person was telling me that it really is directly correlated to what Ethereum does. And if we take a look at the the Ethereum chart right at this point, it's showing some very, very good signs. So let's quickly take a look at Swiftcoin, and we'll see how big the market cap is, because I want to probably determine how high it can go in this bull cycle, right? So why isn't it popping up? Swiftcoin. Oh, interesting. Let's try one more time. SWFTC. Oh, Swiftcoin, yeah. Number 800. Wow. 30 million in terms of its market cap. Wow. Right. And not much dilution, honestly speaking. A 10x is easy here because you're only looking at $300 and $300 million in terms of its market cap. A 10x is easy for this one, I can tell you. A 10x is easy, and it appears like it has got good fundamentals because you just don't get on Binance. On Coinbase for no apparent reason. You don't get there like for no reason. It's looking safe. I happen to like it, not because I hold it, but because of a friend who keeps asking about it in the Discord. So I keep looking at the chart for that specific guy and other people too. And one other thing that I like about it is it also respects like technical levels. For example, this we did right there at the beginning of the year. This one we also did in a different live stream, and we came back yesterday and we saw that those levels had been very much respected. So that's great. Let's take a look at another one. All right, we still don't have any more requests, but if you have got any requests or anything that you want us to take a look at, go ahead, feel free to show me. We'll take a look at it before we can call this stream to an end, right? So I was talking about opportunities in this bull market, and I'm saying that gaming is one area that I think there is massive opportunity, and I'll tell you the reason why there is massive opportunity there. Most of the coins were released earlier this year or maybe late 2023, but there were a lot of unlocks. Now, what happened with these unlocks is we had a bear cycle, kind of a mid cycle correction or something like that, and they really got beaten very much badly. So you can see things like Mavia, for example, and now we are in a prime bull bull market territory, and because of that, you have got an opportunity to buy these things at very low prices. Take a look at this. This is a perfect chart. I don't know why we wouldn't be considering to buy here, where we can see that there's a lot of support right there. Volume is coming in very strongly, so you anticipate some kind of a bounce to show up there. Obviously, this is a Wyckoff accumulation pattern, and of late, Wyckoff accumulation patterns have been maybe tough to predict because you can still break out and do this here. You come even back down and then eventually walk out of this whole thing. So patience is also going to be required if you're going to be buying into gaming right at this point. But I think there is an opportunity in here because you can see you're buying the ultimate low. So this is not the only one, right? Take a look at this one. This is the Root network. This is a perfect blockchain. By the way, we were buying this in the Patreon. I think last week, yes, I was announcing a buy order right around 18 cents. So we are up from there because we are now at 22 cents or 23 cents. We're looking good. Prime is also another one, big coin, but you can see that it has dumped very much strongly. Wilder World, another one, a very good game, but it's at the very bottom. So this is where the most opportunity is because this industry is going to be pumping eventually, and you are going to be getting the most asymmetrical gains from this, right? Another one here is Axie Infinity, yeah, but I'm not looking to buy Axie Infinity running. I'm not really looking to buy into it, to be honest with you, although it is also on a strong support. We were talking about it yesterday, right? Take a look at this. And today, just from this stream that we were doing yesterday, just pumped, let's see here, about 10%. That's great. That's really, really great. Then my neighbor Alice, I'm not doing that. So this is Phantasma. I'm looking to buy this one. I bought actually, but I think I'm in a slight loss. No, I'm not in it. I'm in break even because I bought it 5.6 cents. That's where the price is right now. Looking for something like a 300% pump right there. Voxel, this is another one. The chart doesn't look too good. Decentraland doesn't look too. Gala doesn't look too good. It's kind of what can I say? I don't want to say outdated, but it looks like people have kind of turned a blind eye on it. Nakamoto Games, this is one that is flourishing real well because people have adopted it and it has got a great community behind it. So there's an opportunity here too. It's one of those things that you say, okay, what is like any other coin that I can buy in gaming? And people will say Nakamoto Games, and you know what happens in the market, right? When new market participants get here, they will be looking for things which are popular. Let me get into the chat one more time. It says, have you ever seen a real altcoin season? Sorry, you have never seen a real altcoin. Have you, bro? You are Satoshi Nakamoto, but I've also seen altcoin season in 2017, which was my first one, and the second one in 2021. Then, actually, in 2021, that was isolated. The best one was 2017, actually. Then the 2021, there was no real specific altcoin altcoin season, to be honest with you. It was a few isolated things which were really doing well, like Cardano. You would see things like Solana, right? But not a whole range like what we had seen in 2017. Also, I mean, we have got more altcoins in the market, so yeah, we are saying altcoins is in here, but not everything is also just going to be going. So we have to do well in terms of like selection, right? So somebody is asking, how about Onyx Coin, which is something that I bought yesterday after somebody had suggested on the live stream the day before, I guess. So let me go ahead and try to show you. I think it's the XCN chain, right? So the one, he has got very good partners. I was really like surprised that, you know, they've got Visa, they've got digital currency, whatever. City Ventures, they really have got good VCs, Nasdaq Ventures. So why wouldn't a coin like this one not do well in this bull cycle? I really could not find a reason why I would cast my doubt too much on this. I know there has been this whole drawdown here, but I want to believe that it has been caused by a lot of unlocks. And because you've got VCs like these ones, they have to sell a little bit right there, right? I mean, don't put it on them, but they have to sell. So I think now that the unlocks are almost over, not over to be honest, but not as aggressive as they were in the past, we're gonna see a run that is gonna be very much sustainable. Let me just do a little bit of preliminary technical analysis here. Let's say I'm just targeting this level here as the next resistance here. You still see that I'm looking at a minimum of 10x, right? but I think it can even do better than that. But I mean, the standard level here is something like 10x. You still want to appreciate that, considering that we have got a lot of altcoins in the market that cannot even do a 10x, right? The market is saturated. So I think it's good. It's really a good one. I bought it myself yesterday, looking at this whole thing, and I think we can have a surprise pump even in a very short space of time. Now, one thing that is limiting me a little bit to say that we are full in a bull cycle is the fact that we have had like 3 days of super conservative good price action, and because of that, people tend to forget that we are still in cryptocurrency market, the most volatile on planet Earth. We can drop 10% and pump 15% the next day. So I don't want to be overly confident. I'm still having a bit of cash on the sidelines just in case that we have that pullback, right? We'll be able to buy back in. So that's where we are right now. Illuvium is still, I'm considering a buy for Illuvium because of this falling wedge that I'm seeing here. And it hasn't done much, but I know that fundamentally speaking, it's a good game. They have delivered on what they promised. It's just that gaming really hasn't taken off. But I think that it's not to say that you should ignore gaming totally, right? It's gonna pump, it's gonna have its time, but you don't want to be the person who is buying all the green candles. You also have to buy low here when confidence is kind of low. Now, this is Neon Games. I've really been aggressively marketing this one as if I'm getting paid, but it's because I see an opportunity in this. The game itself is a really good one, addictive game, kind of like My Pet Hooligan kind of a game with cats. But I think it's just gonna do well. Elixir Games, yeah, not really. EGLD, Worm Games, Kawat. Yeah, Kawat is the one which has got the flagship game, My Pet Hooligan. I think it will do well. One of the reasons it will do well is because of the marketing. Almost every influencer out there is talking about it, and you have to understand that people will listen to influencers and they will buy into the coin, right? Especially the bigger ones like Alex Becker, Elliot Ways and stuff like that. They will be pumping all these things. Okay, Immutable X, this one is already an established project. I'm not looking to buy this one. The reason is it's a big market cap already. In place of Immutable X, I'm looking to buy Media, which is almost doing the same thing, but with a tinier market cap. So I don't know if it's a nice bet or what, but I prefer to go with Media, which is at $44 million right now. So if Media is to catch up with that, what was that? Let's go ahead and take a look at it. It was Immutable X, right? So let's go to market cap off here. With market cap of Immutable X, we could see something like a 40x, but I don't think it will catch up with Immutable X anyway. What was that? So it was Miria, if I'm not wrong, versus Immutable X by IMX, and you see that the difference in here, Immutable X 100%, yes. So for Miria to catch up with Immutable X, you're looking at a 45x or something like that. I really don't think it's going to catch up with that because it's a $2 billion market cap, $2 billion market cap. And yeah, if Miria is going to do that, where are the other gaming infrastructure going to be? Is this whole market going to be saturated with gaming? I don't think it's something that is possible. So I would lower my expectations here and maybe slash this thing with half or something like that, maybe to something like a 25x as something that is possible. But it's okay still, because it's better than buying Immutable X right now at $2 billion, looking for, let's say, a 20x from there. You're looking at a $40 billion in terms of the market cap from Immutable X. I really don't see it, to be honest with you. So I will be preferring to buy Miria instead of Immutable X. Superverse, yeah, it will do well, but not much, to be honest with you. 5 to 10x is what I expect from it. I don't know if I'm wrong, but not much. It plays up. I don't know. Tiny market cap, big risk, great rewards, but I mean, that's all I'm not going to be saying a lot. Shrapnel had potential, really had a potential to do something like a 40x or something like that, but there are some things happening with the team which I really don't like very much, so I've kind of stayed away from it. But should those things clear, I think it's still a good one to get back into. Then there is here Binary X, and it was holding its support level yesterday. I bought into that trade, but I think we can have a pullback here and still there will be an opportunity to enter the position right there. right? Outer state machine, artificial intelligence, NFTs, and everything combined here is something that will do well. And I think it will get back to its resistance level here, which is 10x away. So I'm putting tiny amounts of money into these things, like just to get, like, big multiples, and then from there we'll see what happens, right? So I can go on and on and on and show you like a lot of these gaming tokens. For example, this is XVerse, very ugly chart, really really ugly chart, but I'm still holding on to it, and I think I'm not gonna sell any moment soon, because the game itself is not bad, it's very decent, and it being a decent game with a tiny market cap right now at $275,000. If you want to be getting 100x from this one, this thing only has to do something like a $27 million in terms of its market cap. $27 million in terms of market cap is nothing, to be honest. So because of that, I mean, even if I ride my investment to zero, it's still okay. A $200 investment into this whole thing, should you pan out that 100x that I'm talking about, is really a good idea. So we are working out with 20k. I mean, it sounds like a crazy idea altogether until it just happens, right? 275k market cap is a huge gamble, and I'll never put a lot of money into this whole thing. I'll just put a tiny bit of money that I'm comfortable losing. If it's $200, if it's $300, okay, let it go, no problem. But if what I'm looking forward to really pans out here, which is not a big ask, to be honest with you, is $27 million in terms of market cap. How many games are really at that level already today, and they're at their lowest, right? Let me show you, for example, Star Atlas, right? Let's go to Star Atlas. Maybe we should type in Atlas first, then it will come out. Okay, Star Atlas right now is its lowest point, I would think. Let me just go ahead and see the chart. Yeah, take a look at this. Very, very much close. It's only like 98% up from its all-time low, but it's holding a market cap of something like $46 million. So that's why I'm thinking that XVerse, in the very worst case scenario, or less in this case, best case scenario, but still a $30 million market cap is tiny. Yeah, I'm putting in some small amounts of money there. Let's see how it ends up. But that's the bet that we are making right now. Looking for opportunities left, right, and center, right. Siders Heroes. This is also a metaverse of, I mean, the concept is really great. I like it. I like the way the team explained how you could be moving from one game mode to the next one, and you're moving as if you've never changed game. It's all under the same universe and stuff like that. And you could also be taking your characters and avatars into different worlds and stuff like that. Is a great concept. Hopefully they build it out and they deliver on what they were promising, right? Engines of Fury still very much crashing towards the downside. We'll see about that. MetaStrike was pumping yesterday up even 50%, but today it has dropped back a little bit, so that's still okay. All of these games are at their all-time lows. That's why people are not talking about them, but I think that's where the big opportunity is also, right? Now it just depends on your priorities, right? Are you comfortable putting your money in, waiting maybe 2 months, 3 months from now? In this time, maybe you're going to be seeing other things really doing well. For example, you're seeing Sui doing well, Solana is doing well, Ethereum is doing well. And are you going to be the person who says, you know what, I'm patient enough to wait, and I'm going to be deploying small amounts of money into this? Let's say you sacrifice $1,000, right? You just spread it across like good games here, maybe 5 of them or something like that. I'm sure you win. I'm sure you'll win at the end of the day. So that's the strategy behind. Can you check Altcoin, please? The last one. I mean, you can request as many as you want, really. I don't care. I'm here to have a conversation from you guys. I also learn a lot from you guys, right? So Altcoin is this one. Number one, I think that Altcoin is overvalued. I don't believe that it should be at this market cap, but even in that scenario, it has crashed bigly, right? 82%. It's now looking like it's on its way to recover, but it's going to take a little bit much more time. Let me see what the RSI is doing, because again, if you see a little bit of divergence right there, you can have a surprise pump, because that's what we have seen with all the other altcoins anyway of late. So yeah, no bullish divergences just yet. So I don't think a bounce is coming anytime soon. I could be wrong 100%, but I'm telling you my honest opinion. I think it's overvalued. Let me see what kind of a market cap it has. here. It had like the hype of the Ton blockchain, and that ecosystem right now is not moving because I think when the guy just got arrested, things started falling down. Yeah, 600 million in market cap. I'm not buying this. I would rather be buying XFS right now, although it has got a lot of uncertainty. I think that it can give me 100x. This one will not give me a 100x. I'm thinking, why? This is what I'm just thinking, like, why am I leaving Nakamoto Games? Why am I leaving the other ones, going for something that is $664 million? I don't know. I think it's overvalued, and I think if it's gonna recover, it's gonna take some more time. These things, they just don't, go like this, right? They kind of try to accumulate one more time. You go this, and then eventually you start pumping towards the upside. So I think it has got some time to accumulate much more, and then after the accumulation is done, then yeah, we could have a good opportunity right there. Let me see if there is another request in the chat. Notcoin was the last one. There is nothing after Notcoin. Let me see what else. Yeah, Game E is another one too. Casual gaming, and they're trying to bring games to their ecosystem and make them play to earn games. I don't know if this is gonna eventually be a success, because I also know a lot of other different projects trying to do the same thing. So why should this one be the successful one is the big question. I think that's also the same thing with games for a living. Almost everybody is competing in the same place of trying to get games to the ecosystem, but why should games go to the ecosystem is the question, right? The concept may be great, but competition also is very high in that regard. So we'll see. Beam is a good, this is Beam, but this is not BingX, right? This is a payment solution, different thing altogether. I don't know why it ended up in my gaming portfolio. I have to remove it from here. It doesn't belong. All right. The last one that I wanted to show you maybe is Illumina, I think. Illumia adventure game, also at the very bottom. So yeah, bottom line here is that the gaming ecosystem is where the biggest opportunity is right at this point. And I think if I would be making a portfolio with gaming, I would be considering all these things. Heroes of Mavia, it has one of the best charts actually. If you had seen this 3 days ago, I'm very sure you could have said that this is a support level and I'm buying, and today you would have been up 43%. So there is an opportunity there, especially this volume candles. Take a look at this. This is insane. This is really insane. This marks the beginning of something that is very, very crazy. And also, I don't know if you've noticed, right? We have been, pumping and dropping towards the downside, but look at the volume candles. They have been the big spikes here, the green ones have been towards the upside. It's great. It's great. It's one to look at very much carefully. Heroes of Mavia. Let me also see how it's doing in terms of its market cap. I know it has also a lot of unlocks and stuff like that, but again, in the context of the bull cycle, none of those things matter because the demand is too good, right? And I think, does it have a Binance listing yet? Let's see if it has a Binance listing, because if it doesn't have a Binance listing, it's coming for sure. It doesn't have a Binance listing yet. I can promise you that this one has got a Binance listing coming. Take a look at how many people are watching it on their watch list. 300,000. For context, let me think about something that is popular. Let's go maybe for Jasmine, right? Let's see how many people have got Jasmine on their watch list. This is just to take a look at. All right, so take a look at this. Jasmine has got 2,500 people on its watch list, and it's number 80 in terms of like coin market cap, with $1 billion in its market cap. Look at Mavia. Right, where is it? Heroes of Mavia. It has 3,000 people watching it on their watch list, so you can see where the hype is. Look at the investors. Binance Labs, they're gonna list this. I'm almost sure. Crypto.com is also involved in the thing. All right, no problem. Binance actually is in tier 1. They got there before Animoca Brands. Cool. So yeah, this one is also another one that is going to be making noise along with Nian. Let me show you Nian before I get to any requests in the chat box, right? So let's see Nian right there is with a market cap of about $13 million. So you see, this is another reason why I wouldn't consider things like Altcoin to be big opportunities right now, when there's something that is like a $13 million, and I think that it can really do well, get to something like $500 million in terms of its market cap. I'm gonna be putting my money behind this whole thing. And the good thing about small market caps is that you're not putting a lot of money into these things, rather than a Altcoin, which you're gonna be putting probably $500 at least for you to see, good gains. All right. Let me get into the chart. Gala Games. Let's go to Gala Games. I think it's a big market cap. It has had its run, and it's number 91. Oh, it's now behind Jasmine. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Wow. All right. A lot of dilution has happened ever since 2021, and I don't think it will get back to its previous all-time high. I really don't think so. But I think maybe something like 40 cents is possible as a retracement. The reason why I say this is we have seen a lot of altcoins do this kind of a thing, right? Right now, I don't know if I will be able to access this, but let me try all my best, right? What was it, Gala? Let me see if it's gonna be able to load. Because oh yeah, it is loaded. That's nice. That's really nice. So this is Gala, right, on a 1 daily chart. I want you guys to see something very interesting. Oh, this is the wrong site actually. We should go to CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap. Here we go. Yeah. So I'm gonna be taking it off of the log scale, and you see this chart, right? This is looking like almost each and every single chart that we have seen in the history of cryptocurrencies, right? Just as an example, I'll give you a very old coin, which is called Verge, right? Very popular back then in 2017. I was still a teenager, and I was very much liking cryptocurrencies, but I knew that there was something called Verge coin, right? So where is Verge coin? We want to take a look at it from CoinMarketCap again. Yeah, this is the Verge versus the United States dollar. All right, let's get rid of this one here. What did I do? Okay, so again, we take this off of the log scale. I want a line. I want a okay, great. Let's put this on a daily time frame as well. Sorry guys if I'm being like slow and stuff like that. I'm actually very, very tired. So yeah, take a look at this Verge coin, and you go back to the chart that we were looking at. That was Gala, right? This is Gala, this is Verge, this is Gala, this is Verge, this is Gala, this is Verge. Man, there is no difference here. The market makers are just repeating the same thing. They are recycling the same damn thing. So that's why I say that I think Gala has had its best days, if I'm to be honest with you. But even in that scenario, if you just have something that is looking like just a retrace of the price, right, looking to retrace back into something like this here, let's say the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, that's back to something like 43 cents or 42 cents thereabout. In this situation, you can still pump from where the price is sitting today. You can still go about and do something like a 19x, right? This, what I'm talking about, is based on previous charts, right? This is Verge, for example, and you can see almost the same thing. It really didn't get back into its previous all-time high, but I mean, take a look at this. From the moment it was bottoming out, right, to the moment it was having a poor run. I'm putting that poor run in quotes, and you understand why I'm doing that right now, right? So take a look at that just to get to retracement levels. It pumped 56x, but I'm saying that this was a poor run. Why am I saying that? Because it didn't get back to its all-time high. Look at where the all-time high is and where it was right now. Very, very, I mean, you can say it's an underperformance, but then again, if you look at the results, it's a 56x. That's the same thing that I think about here when I take a look at Gala. I'm like, okay, I've seen these structures before, and if it retraces at least to the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, you're looking at something like a 20x. Now, 20x is not a joke. Let's just be honest, right? It's like we are spoiled in crypto to think that everything should just be 100x, 50x, something like that. But still, a 20x is not something that is small. Now, with that being said, let me also just check the market cap and say, realistically speaking, can we get to something like 20x, right? It's at $855 million right now, almost at $1 billion. For you to get a 20x, you are looking at something like $20 billion, right? It's a great project, I don't want to lie, but is it actually worth $20 billion right at this point? What other coins are in the top 10 right now that are worth $20 billion? Let's quickly take a look at that. Cardano is $14 billion. Dogecoin is $28 billion. So it would have to be between Dogecoin and Cardano. I've also learned to say never in cryptocurrencies, but maybe something that has got much more weight here is the fact that we have seen a chart like this before, and for the most part, they either just retrace like this, slowly but surely, retrace like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and then they start pushing again towards the downside, or they literally go and do the unthinkable, which is to go ahead and set a new all-time high. I think this situation is actually much more unlikely. So I think a retrace here with a base case scenario of something like 20x is the likely thing to do. So not only are we looking at Veg coin, let me just show you that, because I don't want to give only one example. Let me also show you here another one dead project that was also a hot one back then in 2017. This is Neo, for example. Look at this. Same thing, same structure, right? Another one that I want to take a look at maybe is Sia coin. You see the same thing. I should say Sia coin, right? Some people, I heard somebody saying Sia coin for this thing. I'm like, what kind of pronunciation is that? I know English is really not my first language, but what is Sia coin? I don't think that is accurate, actually. Anyway, see this kind of run that I'm talking about, right? This one. This was actually, I think, a 90x run. 90x run. Let's see here. Should I get my measuring ruler? From the bottom here of the COVID-19. Oh yeah, it was a 69x. I'm saying 90x. Yeah, 69x. So there is still an opportunity with coins like this, and I hope I really did a great explanation, man. If I didn't do well, you can give me feedback, but I think I gave my best explanation as to that Gala price set, which is this thing here. So this is what I'm mapping out. I've given you 3 different charts that look exactly like that one from the previous bull cycles that we have seen, because if we have got anything in our bag to try and predict the future, we should probably be going back and referring to the past. So that's where we are with Gala, and I hope you are answered. Tell me if you're satisfied with that answer. All right, no problem then. Thank you so much. Oh, you say thank you already. So that's great. Let's quickly take a look at another one. Trench Town Rasta Bar. I like that name, man. I like that name. I don't know if you have seen some of my videos. I'm actually logged. I have got Rastas left, right, and center. So I love anything that has got to do with Rastas. Anyway, let's get back to the topic here. What do you think about H-bar and Quant? So let's get back to H-bar first. And it's one that is fundamentally just a good altcoin. Fundamentally speaking, there's no doubt about it. So let me see what I can find with H-bar. I don't hold any H-bar right at this point, but I used to hold back in 2021. And also at some point in 2022, I was, having a little bit of H-bar. Apparently, I was looking at it and I was looking for some support levels right there. So this is great, because we already have got ready technical analysis here. So I guess what I was looking back then is I was saying that there's a downtrend here. Finally, the downtrend has been broken. But on top of that downtrend, I was probably saying, I'm talking about things that allegedly I did, because I'm seeing that I drew something on the chart here. This was the support level. It held pretty well. But I guess you want to know about long-term price action of H-bar, right? Let me go to a different chart that has got this information about H-bar, because these exchanges, they have crazy price ideas, man. They don't have anything that goes back in history, and it's not useful at all. But this site that I'm using here, which is CoinTrader Pro, just gives you the whole history of the chart. So H-bar, wow, we can say that it's trading at its all-time lows, basically, with great fundamentals and stuff like that. Why is it not moving very much? This is very interesting. This is very interesting. I know that the inflation with H-bar is also a lot. Let me refer to that real quick. And I'll tell you why it's not moving. I think that it has got a very different narrative altogether. And I think they have something called hash graphs or something like that. It's not really a blockchain as far as I understood it, but it has got an interesting concept. And if you also take a look at the investors here, they are good people, and the partners very much great. But I think up until this point, there's been a lot of dilution, a lot of unlocks and stuff like that. And because of lack of narrative, it just hasn't taken off just yet. It's not something that you can say it's a real world asset. You can't say it's AI. You can't say it's storage. I mean, you can have a stretch and try to put it in one category, but then again, it's not going to be a big mover. It's waiting for a bull cycle, just like every other cryptocurrency that is out there that doesn't have a strong narrative. So again, in the context of the bull market, I'm not saying it will not do well. I think it will do just fine. But in terms of really ripping and pushing towards the upside, you need a big narrative, right? I think it's becoming very much obvious in this market that it's becoming difficult to pinpoint what really is going to do well. For example, I'll show you Sui. Everywhere you go, it's Sui, 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 Sui. And because of their own specific narrative, this is how the chart has done. So right now, H bar is not doing well in terms of narrative, and I think that's why the price really hasn't reflected well. But I'm glad we hit a support level here. In terms of how high it will go, I don't want to lie, man. I don't have strong opinions, and for this reason, I think that's why I sold my H bar and got into other things that have got narrative right at this point. I'm not saying you should do the same, but I'm just speaking for myself that I said potentially I can make some money somewhere else. I liked the concept and the partners that they had, a very good project, solid. Something with VeChain as well. Let me just show you VeChain for a second. I happen to believe that fundamentally speaking, it's really a good project. It's not doing it right now. It's just not. It's just not doing it right now. Quant is also another one that, man, I was really big on Quant, but I'm still holding my bag. I'm still holding my bag. See, I was even mapping something out that can be possible here. But again, I guess lack of narrative is also killing it bigly. And it's one of those coins that is just waiting to get into for a full-blown bull cycle, because you know that all ships are going to be rising together, right? But in terms of its own narrative, it has lost that, and it will just follow the rest of the market. This is when you hear me talk about things like we have got market leaders, we have got the mid-pack, and then we have got laggards. When it comes to laggards, I'm referring to things like Quant, I'm referring to things like H-bar, I'm referring to things like Filecoin, and VeChain, the Decentralands of this world. They are kind of legacy things that are lacking in narrative, a new narrative in this market. They can't be leaders. Or things like Atom, which is Cosmos, I think, like a very solid project. But then again, I mean, no community. Anyway, you know what? Let's talk about something else. But you guys show me what you want to be talking about, because I don't want to be trashing on other people's holdings as if I know everything. But I think you are getting the message that I'm getting across, right? That right now it's more about narrative, right? All these things, yes, they've got great utilities and stuff like that, but they're just not doing it right at this point. They will do well, but probably towards the end of the bull cycle. So as I was saying, that I've experienced 3 of these bull cycles, we know clearly that we have got what we call leaders that are leading the market. One good example of that is Solana, Sui. No doubt about that. They're even leading Ethereum and Bitcoin, if you want to believe it, right? Because they've got their own specific narrative right there. Take a look at this. The first 3 coins in my portfolio right now, leading by double digits, is Navi Protocol, up 35%. And yesterday it was up 50%. That's insane. Cetus is up 26%. Yesterday it was up 60%. Scallop is up 24%. Yesterday it was up around the same price, 25-24%. So that's the power of narrative that I'm trying to get into right now. AI, I haven't seen it booming as of yet right now, except for a few things like agent layer and what is that? TAS protocol. That's also one other thing. But I never really bought into it very much because I didn't understand what they're trying to do. You see, these people, they just have got big words that they put on their website and they say this and this. I want to see tangible things, right? Results first, and then we can talk about buying your project. But for now, I guess another big news that I forgot to talk about here was Ethereum. I mean, man, these are big gold candles, right? Look at this. Boom, boom. Let's also take a look at the volume right there for Ethereum. You cannot argue with this. You cannot argue with this, especially if you're stepping at a resistance like this. This is all you need, right? Now, this is very important. This is going to be sending a whole big signal to the rest of the altcoins because you know that the king is back, right? Ethereum is really the king of altcoins. So if it bumps above this resistance here, we are looking for something like a backtest, right? In this backtest here, you're going to be hearing me screaming and say buy, and then we're going to be pumping towards the upside. So this is in the best case scenario. Now, what will happen is that you see this pullback that is I'm talking about, right? You don't think people will be interested. I'll make a video, right? And I'll tell you to buy or just me, is it a buy or something like that? Yeah, nobody's going to be watching that video. It will get 200 views because when the price is not doing well, nobody is interested, right? It's natural human psychology. That's where we are. So our wave, let's see here, I don't think it is completely died out because at least it was challenging the top of, you know, the top range of its what was that, the retracement levels. So our wave, I think it can go ahead and actually set a new all-time high, if you may believe it, right? If you don't believe it, okay, I'm crazy. But if you believe it, yeah, it's good. I like our wave because back in 2023 I was making crazy videos by around $4 here, and I was saying, you know what, we can buy this whole thing and we can end up at $400. Nobody believed that. People started believing it when we were at $50. Yeah, but we were at $4 when I say that. Unfortunately, you know, people bought at $40 and now we're back at $20. You've lost 50%. It's still part and parcel of this market. It doesn't mean that I mean the thing has come to an end. So for example, if you're buying along with me at $4, you're still up this is what, 360%. I don't think anybody's complaining about that, considering that we can still push towards the upside. So the storage narrative is actually not over yet. As a matter of fact, let's also take a look at storage, right? This is another one that is into decentralized storage and something like that. I don't think that is gonna be a dead cause, because if we need AI, decentralized storage is gonna be a big thing. It's really gonna be a big thing. So the chart may look ugly and stuff like that, but I think that this one is a good opportunity. You can see that I was looking to buy this yellow line here of support and expecting something like a 35x here from now. The thing is carries a good name. Yeah, some people will be arguing that, you know what, those things are actually not storing this information on chain and something like that. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I really don't care. I know that every market is manipulated and every single market is based on speculation. So I'm 100% in for the speculation. So whether it's true or not that they have got real decentralized exchange or decentralized storage or something like that, really doesn't bother me. I care about how the chart is doing, how well the chart is doing. All right, let's get into the chart one more time. What do you think about HBAR and Quant? I think we have done that. Does Jasmine still go under 2 cents before it flies? I think it's possible, because 2 cents is not really far. I think right now it's at 2.1 cents or even below that, right? Like, you can never write a pullback here for Jasmine, even back to 1.9 cents. You can never rule that off. I think it's something that is likely. And you hear all the Jasmine bears saying that, oh yeah, CF, you were wrong. You said Jasmine can go to 4.5 cents. Yeah, but did I say that it will never go below 2 cents? Let's see. So right now with 2.8 cents, not 2.8 cents, 2.08 cents for Jasmine. A pullback to 2 cents is even less than 2%. It can still go below that. Well, it can even drop 12% back to something like 1.8, 1.9. And I think it's going to be a huge buying opportunity for everybody who is paying attention and who deserves, a good pump here for Jasmine. But unfortunately, when that happens, yeah, nobody's gonna be interested. People are only interested in those big candles, right? Let me just show you one thing, right? And I think it's only content creators like me who can attest to something like this. I'm saying here I have 13. I think I actually have more than that. Look, I have 20 plus notifications. These 20 plus notifications that I have are people liking the post that I'm making on Jasmine. Now I'm making this post obviously on a green day. Take a look at this, like more than 100 people. Let me just go to this tweet, for example. Yeah, I posted about Jasmine. 11,000 people have seen. 317 people have liked the post. Do you think they would have liked the post if the thing was green or was red? Sorry, no. So they won't buy Jasmine if it drops to 1.8 cents. Unfortunately, they will not. So let's see what happens. But I think I'll be opening another long position here. Yesterday, I was closing one position because it was in so much profit that it was very much irresponsible to keep it open. Patreon members saw that, and that's how we are rolling, right? It's always about protecting your initial and building on it. So again, I'm not ruling a pullback in this market at all. This is cryptocurrency, and it's the worst case and the most volatile market on planet Earth. You can expect anything. You can take that to the bank, right? 10% drops left, right, and center. We can see that, right? So let me show you. Yesterday, UX link, right? I think this is whatever the thing may be on the Ton blockchain. It was up 80%. I saw that with my own eyes. It was up 80%. Today, it's down from that top to where it is right now. It's down 38%. Yeah, it's cryptocurrency. Welcome to the club. MetaStrike was up 50% yesterday. Today, it's down, what was that, 20%. So a 10% pullback in the market is nothing. The problem is if you are on a 10x leverage, if you're on a 5x leverage, if the market drops by 10%, you're pretty much effed. You're gone, right? You're liquidated. Or maybe you're not liquidated, but you're probably worrying about getting liquidated. So again, don't be buying green candles and don't be trading too much when a lot of people are buying back into the market because liquidations happen left, right, and center. Buy when nobody's paying attention. So you see, these coins which are in red right now, they were in green yesterday. I can promise you all of them. So in the coming few days, it's likely that because we have been in a very intense news cycle and big events happening, the election, the Fed rate cut, and something like that, we may lack a little bit of narrative in the coming few days. And because of that, the market may retrace just a little bit, and then we'll continue maybe 2 weeks later or whatever the case may be. So just stay vigilant, right? I just want you to notice that, look, Bitcoin is an all-time high, stock market is an all-time high, and these are not just like, tiny bit of all-time high. No. These are convincing breakouts. They are seismic changes in the market. Take a look at this one. Number one enemy, gold. I think it was obliterated yesterday. It has kind of gotten back up a little, but still, we have defeated gold. We dropped it by 5%. This is really big. Just yesterday or the day before yesterday when Trump got the election. So that's what we want to see. Overall, I think that the change has happened, the switch has happened. We're now into risk on mode in financial markets, and we're going to be doing well. But obviously, the short term, as I was saying, it can also be with short term drops and stuff like that. Well, congratulations if you are into the Root network. This is number one in my gaming portfolio right now, and I was calling it in the Patreon last week. We bought it at 18 cents, 51%. That's really good. Congratulations, everybody. This is nice. On that topic, actually, guys, let me invite you to our exchange here, the official partner of CF, which is BingX, the exchange. If you join and register, you can claim up to $5,450. On top of that, 300 ton tokens, right? Just go ahead, participate in the events, trade with them, and you can get your rewards. Another one as well, $7,100 in terms of like the USDT trial funds, and you can get vouchers to redeem when you get losses on your trades, right? Let me see. All right. Trader Tech Town Rasta says, thanks, bro, for your opinions. And that's been a rough road for them. Been holding for 2 years already. Best of luck with your holding. And I've been following your videos for a while. Keep it up. So I think you were asking about HBAR and Quant. Yeah, it really has been rough because the projects, to be honest with you, they are convincing that they are very, very good things. But right now, the market is not looking at utility at all. It's not looking at utility at all. If anything, if you want to look at utility, maybe you can consider DeFi Llama. And there's a kind of strategy that people are using right at this point. They're doing this, right? They will go to, let's say, Aptos, right? They go into Aptos and say, okay, these are the things that are in the Aptos network. Okay, there's Amnes Finance for liquid staking. There's Echelon Market, which is for lending. Okay, Echo Lending, this and this. Very good. There's also this decentralized exchange called Selena. Okay, no problem. Now, let's see how much TVL has changed in the last 7 days or so. Now, you see here, there's 35, there's 23. They just go for the one that has got the biggest change in terms of its total value locked in. This is the one thing that they're going to be buying on. So if Bridges, for example, has got a token, they're going to be buying that token, and that token will do well just because it's increasing its total value locked in. That's the strategy right now. DeFi Llama is the kingmaker at this point, not even Binance. I mean, Binance is still the kingmaker, but people are wanting to DeFi Llama for things which are going to be the next movers. So I'll show you here, and I'll probably give you a task. Look at Sui, right? There's something called, wait a second, and I shouldn't, come on, let me go back to total value logged in. Yeah, so we've got Navy protocol, but pay attention to this thing called Suiland. It came from the Solana blockchain. It was called Solend. Now it's Suiland. It's a lending protocol again. Now this thing is going to be launching its token, I think it's on the 17th of November. Yeah, this month. This token will just blow up quickly. Why? Because it has got $345 million in terms of its TVL. And that's enough for people to say this is the next thing. But really, is there utility there? Probably yes, probably not. I don't know, honestly. But this is now the new strategy. People are looking at the total value locked. And if it happens to launch a new token, that's pretty much it. A good example of that is Deepbook here. This is another token that I was looking to buy. But see here, you come and you go to the Sui portfolio that I have. Deepbook, take a look at this. Yeah, this market, this is what we are looking into. Hundreds and hundreds of pumps just because of DeFi Llama. So yeah, monitor DeFi Llama very well. And I was complaining a little bit when it came to the Internet Computer Protocol, because I know that Internet Computer Protocol has got a total value of even close to $2 billion, but you don't find it anywhere here on DeFi Llama. The reason really not clear to me why it's sidelined like that, but it's a reality that it's not here. And because of that, I don't think people will recognize it very much. I don't think people will recognize it very much. Look at all these things here that are pumping. It's because they have got something on DeFi Llama, Avalanche Protocol. Oh, Aave. Oh, by the way, Aave is doing well. We have an Aave holding that we have been holding ever since, I think it was February in the Patreon, and it's doing well. It's doing quite well. So let me show you that. I had a guy the other day texting me in the Patreon saying that he had been holding this and he had made maybe $2,000 on it. And I was really happy about that, because I want to be seeing that. I really get motivated when, you know, you do analysis, you look at different things all together, and you come and you tell people this and that, and eventually when it starts getting to be realized, that's joy and a moment of satisfaction. So that's where we are with Aave right now, hitting very much close on that $200. I'm going to be taking out a lot of my cash right around $400. And if you think that it's not going to be reaching $400, I think you may want to reconsider. You may really want to reconsider. But again, come back to DeFi Llama, right? Take a look at all these lending protocols. Actually, if you go to overly and take a look at everything else, right? Aave has got, how many chains is that? 12 different chains. Total value locked in is $25 billion. Yeah, we are talking $25 billion. This is really great. So Aave will do well. Unfortunately, I mean, it's not really at a good buy zone right now because it's way up. If we were down here, like right around $100, that would have been a very better buy, but not now, right at this point. All right, I'm getting tired, guys. Thank you so much for joining the live stream, and I will see you again, maybe tomorrow if we have got anything to talk about. Right now, today I didn't make any videos on your favorite altcoins that we usually talk about, and I felt like, you know what, maybe we can go live and we can have a discussion. Now, other than that, I want to thank you again for joining the live stream and having a conversation, and I will see you on the next one. I really can't promise when, but probably over the weekend. Again, if I don't make videos over the weekend, if you want, please just follow me on X, because I'm making like real-time tweets right there. Sometimes I tweet about other different things, of course not related to cryptocurrencies, and it may annoy other people, but still, it is what it is. So this is where we are. What is Joe Biden? Joe Biden, come on, just rest, man. You can okay, I also need to rest. So thank you, guys. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye bye.